Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dineo, and if you are a returning subby, thank you so much for the love. Yeah, so in today's video, as you can see by the title, I will be talking about what had happened. So what had happened was what happened with my arm injury, like what happened, why am I wearing a brace, why am I Robocop, what happened, like the 411, the tea, the gist, because I've been getting a lot of questions and I don't know, concerns, I guess, on most of my social media, so I just wanted to put it out there and in great detail. So I'll just get into it because, like, why should we wait? On the 23rd of Jan, and then I decided we wanted we wanted an adventure-filled day. So like we were tired of the whole restaurant, or you know, so like let's just go for an adventure-filled day. We went to a place in Krugersdorp where they do adventure things. We paid and did the stuff. So it was 4 activities. So in everything that I'm talking about, I'll add pictures where necessary. So it was 4 things that we did. We started off with horseback riding, then we did archery, then we did go-kart racing, and then quad biking. So the last thing we did was quad biking because they had mentioned that with the quad biking you go through mud and everything and you're going to get dirty. So we're like, it makes sense to do that at the end, so that after that you go home. Long story short, we did everything that we did, came to quad biking shop. So I was quite excited because we usually do quad biking, like it's a thing that we do. So I was quite comfortable and I was like quite happy and excited to be doing something I'm used to. So guys, I really don't know how to explain this, but I will put a picture so that it makes sense, because maybe I can't find the proper words to explain it. But you know, when you like babies, and obviously there would be some form of a ditch for where the wheels go. I really don't know how to explain this, but I'll put a picture for it to make sense. So fine, we're driving there. So where we were when the thing happened, it's like a long road, nyana. On the left is a fence now, but it's not anything that is like solid. It was movable and quite weak, like it would move just by like a small push. And then on the right was like a bush, like grass, not grass, but it was like trees, a bush, you know. And then this path here for the quad bikes. So in front of us was our guide person, and then I was in the middle, and then my boyfriend was behind us. So at that point in time of my fall, as we were going, yeah, I was, me not to be honest guys, I was ducking a rock, like iliche. I was ducking a rock. So I tried to, like, you know, swerve ganani and then come back. I think in the midst of that, maybe I went too much, or I don't know what happened, guys, and everything happened so fast. But yeah, so in the gist of that, I went like that, and then I went on top of the fence basically with like my left side. So my left side was on top of the fence. So now when everything was happening, I'm like panicking on some, I'm damaging people's property. So I come back, but I don't know, I don't know, but I think maybe I was too fast, or that whole ditch situation like screwed up the wheel, because I was on the fence, so meaning the wheels that are on the ground are the ones on the right. So I was basically like so, and then in my aim to come back, that's when like we fell, well, I fell over with the quad coming over me. So that all of that happened. And then I think when I landed, maybe I tried to balance with my arm, I'm not sure, but I was on the ground. I remember being on the ground, my eyes were open after it happened, then I closed them just to try feel, like just to analyze my body, Gucci, okay, where is it, so yeah. And then I could feel, Gucci, the way I'm balanced with this arm, something's wrong, but I was like, maybe it's nothing deep. So then after all of that happened, my boyfriend quickly came and like he pulled me out, and then he put me straight. My eyes were still closed, yeah, like my eyes were closed because I'm trying to analyze like my body, Gucci, what's going on. After like a while, I could feel, Gucci, something's wrong. My arm, I can't even move it. It's sore. So now outside I was fine, I was calm, but in my head I was panicking. The only thing I could think of was my birthday is coming and I'm out here breaking bones. Like, what is this? What is this? So, but all of this happened in like a split second. And then my boyfriend looked at me and he saw my arm, how it looked. So according to him, let me use this arm. According to him, my elbow, like this whole part shifted like that. And then this was there. You know what I mean? And then when he saw that, he quickly held my arm and he basically held my arm and he did that. Basically jerking it back into place. Like, can I just say that pain was the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire 27 years of my life. Never ever, near air, have I ever felt that pain. That was the worst. It was insane. It was usually at the hospital we ask, how's your pain out of 10, where 10 is the worst in your... It was a 12. Come on, like and then he tried to like hold me and feel where else I'm hurt, and I'm like can no one touch me at this point? I'm just trying to like understand what just happened. Yo guys, it was a mess. And the fact that I needed to go on a quad bike again to get to, we all assemble before each and every activity. I was like, can't we get a helicopter? Like, I can't go on a quad bike again. Yo, so after he did that, he was like, no, you need to keep it straight, keep it straight. So I'm here on some, I'm trying to keep it straight, but I'm just like, I'm panicking. Well, I was not panicking, but I was just, I'm in pain. I just want to go home at this point. I want to sleep. I need morphine, please. So fine. Then they're like, okay, you're gonna have to ride with him and go back. So I rode behind him, but now it's tricky because it's a bag, it's this arm. It was a lot. Then when we got to that place where we all chilled before your activity, they were like, no, can you please wait so the medic can see? Okay, sharp. So now obviously guys, first of all, I'm a nurse, so I know what needs to be done. I know I know that I need to get x-rays, I need to get IV medication, because my pills won't help me. I need medication straight to my veins. What else? And I need a cast, you know, like I already know. So I was like, you know what, it's fine, let's hear what the medic has to say. And I don't want to be rude, but you know when you're in pain, number 1. 2, it's bloody hot. 3, all of these things mixed up just causes frustration. Plus I was hungry. So we waited for the medic, and then eventually, and then he came, and then they directed us to some room. Guys, when I got there, that room, first of all, is small. That room there is not a medic for what I had. It's a medic for if maybe you fall and then you scratch yourself or you have an open wound. You know, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, Guti, for what was wrong with me, I didn't need to be there. So I got there and they're like, yeah, please sit down, I'll be back. So I sit, I'm in pain, guys, like I'm in excruciating pain. At this point I need a wheelchair to get to the car, and I need to be flown to the hospital. I can't in a car, but it's fine. I was like, you know what, I told him, I was like, I don't need to be here, you know, but you know, can we just tell him that I need to go? And yeah, then he came back, this guy, and he's like, you know what, yeah, what you need is an x-ray and we don't have it here and blah blah. And I was like, I totally agree, so can I go, please go? He's like, but if you don't mind, can I give you 2 Panados? And I was like, it's better than nothing, it's okay, you can give me the Panados, but my boy, my pills are not gonna help at this point, but it's fine. So I put my arm like this. It felt more comfortable putting it like that, and it made more sense, and there was less pain. So that's how I was for the entire way. But now please remember, it's an hour away, and I didn't want to go to Krugersdorp hospitals. Not that there's anything wrong, but I just wanted to go where like I was more comfortable, one, and a place that I knew. So be it like Sunning Hill, Rosebank, Waterfall, you know. So we drove there for that hour. Homeboy was speeding up, and I was like, as in, at this point we're gonna break all our bones, like drive carefully. Fine, we drove here an hour, and then we went to one of the 3 that I mentioned. And then when we got there, we went straight to the emergency room, and then they put up an IV, gave me IV medication. They gave me Pafalgan, even though I was bored. Like, Pafalgan, that's equivalent to not even equivalent, that is Panado, and I need something strong, but I was like, no, let me not be that inesile patient, and let me just relax. I went for x-rays. They did my x-rays. So the radiographer said to me, she was quite sweet, she doesn't see a fracture, and homie did good by jerking it back into place. But so if this is how it's supposed to be, he jerked it into place, but now it's sitting like this, as opposed to, that's what she said. Then when I got back to the ED and I saw the bone doctor, he was like, there's no fracture, and he didn't mention the whole not being in place thing. So I don't know. He said to me he's gonna put a half cast, and after like a week or so I'm gonna come back for a review, and then he's gonna put a brace which will help me to move the arm, because he can't examine me properly when I was like at that state, because I was in great pain. So I was like, that's okay. He also said that the pain that I'm feeling, in as much as they jerked it back into place, what I'm feeling in terms of pain is the ligaments. Like, I think he said the ligaments is busted and there's some bone fragments that went into it. So during the whole thing, some pieces of bone went in. Then they prepared to put me a half cast care. A cast is POP, that hot ice cream thing. Yeah, so they put that, and half meaning it went from here up to my wrist, but just like at the back, nothing. So that's what they did, and then I was put in a sling. I will put pictures up. So this happened 23rd of Jan, and then on the 31st was my follow-up where they took it out. So can I just say, life with a cast, oh my gosh. Those who know me know I've always wanted to experience having it, but nope. Guys, that thing is worse. And imagine I'm complaining in half. What more those who have it in between their fingers, where they stay like so, or their legs. Guys, that thing is worse. First of all, like obviously limited, you can't do things. And I got hurt on my right, so, and I'm right-handed, so half of the things I couldn't bath myself. I couldn't do a lot of things. I had to like learn, it's okay, let me eat with this arm, let me, it was a mother. It was not heavy, but it was just uncomfortable. It was frustrating. Like at times I'd feel like just doing this. But I think the worst of the worst of the worst was, as the days would go, my arm started healing. Like I was able, because I couldn't, when you're doing this, you can't feel it if you're not hurt. But for me, when I was doing that, like I can feel it pulling from my elbow. Like I can feel Ruti, I'm using this muscle. Like I can feel it pulling. So it was very hard. I'd always have to balance. I'd always have to do this and carry it. But ngapa, it's the cast, so it's extra heavy. So as days would go, it started healing. So I'd be able to move it on its own without having to support. But now, as it's healing, now it's starting to itch. So I'm conquering pain. I had no more pain, but now I'm suffering the itch. Guys, the itching was the absolute worst ever. You feel like you're going crazy because there's nothing you can do. You can't even there's nothing you can do. That was the worst. I remember the first night I came back with it, like it was a Sunday, so obviously I couldn't go buy the medication that was prescribed because most pharmacies aren't open on Sundays and at that time. So, and I was not about to drive to Olivedale, so I was like, it's fine, I'll deal with what I have, and then the next day I'll buy meds. And what I had was paracetamol and Phenamin, which are, guys, when I say to you I didn't sleep that night, I'm sure every hour or every 2 hours I was getting up doing this. Like it was a mess. I didn't sleep at all. I think I drank one Panado and one Phenamin. One thing about me, I think I've mentioned, like swallowing pills is a mission for me. But at that point I was like, I need to do so. I need. So yeah, I didn't sleep that night, so I slept the next day. I tried to catch some shut eye. But after that, I ended up being fine. Then it became itching. I would literally wake up at night because this thing is itching F. And one thing they taught us in nursing school is that you're not supposed to be putting in amatrati and all of those things trying to scratch you. You're not supposed to, but people do it because it's really unbearable. So I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. I was losing it. Like I was about to undo this thing and just scratch my arm and properly fix it the next day because I'm a nurse. So I ended up taking my brush, my edge brush, like the one that I have at the end. I don't even have it, but yeah, I used it to scratch, and it would help. But you know that thing, when you scratch once, it'll itch again after like 5 minutes. So on the 31st of January, I went for my follow-up. I remember when I made the appointment, he only comes to Sunning Hill that Wednesday. The 31st was a Monday. They're like, no, he's only going to be in Sunning Hill that Wednesday. I'm like, where is he on the Monday? That is at, where was it? Not Midstream. I keep saying Midstream. At Mediclinic. Like, no, he's at Mediclinic. I'm like, girl, even if he was in Durban, this thing needs to come out. So I went for my follow-up on the 31st of Jan. And we took out the cast finally. He tried to move it. It was very painful. So basically, since the fall and since the cast, I can't put my arm straight like so. It's basically like this. So the aim of the brace, this is the brace. Let me try to take the camera down. So this is the brace that I currently have, and the aim of this is to help my arm move, like to not move per se, but to become straight, because I can move my arm, but it's to help it to become straight, because since the fall I can't put it straight. So what's supposed to happen is that, let me come close. What's supposed to happen is that these things, they are the degrees in which I am able to move my arm. So the white ones I don't use much, and there's no use in controlling the white one, because the white one controls how I take it up. And obviously these belts, like they block each other, so I can't take it higher than this. So when we started out, I hope you guys can see these numbers. When we started out, we were by 50 is between 40 and 60. Where there is a dot, it was a 50. So let me just show you quickly. Okay, so it's currently at 50, as you can see. So when we started out on the 31st, it was on 50, meaning my arm can only move until here. This is 50. And then, so because that day was a Monday, he told me every week I must change it. So I count every Monday. So the Monday after that, I moved to 40, which is there. And the movement at 40 is this, basically. This is how I can move it. So currently now, before I changed it to 50, I was on 30. Today is Friday, I think. Yeah, today is Friday. So I've got today, Saturday and Sunday left to train my 30%. This is 30. This is 30. So basically I need to have this on until the 9th of March. Imagine. I need to have this on until the 9th of March, and every Monday I'm going to like change it until we get to 0. And by the time I get to 0, my arm will be able to stretch like this. So yeah, basically what I need to do throughout the day or throughout living is to just train it to do this, because right now doing this, it's quite stiff, because I'm always like this. Even doing things, you always like this. So like I can feel that I don't train it enough, but I just need to make sure that I do this, just so that my arm can get used to it, so that it doesn't become painful whenever I go down with the degrees. So with this, I need to have it on 24/7, literally. So the only time I take it out is when I bath. Literally, I'm not even lying. Well, I'm supposed to have it on 24/7. The only time I take it off is when I bath. But now I won't even lie, I take it out sometimes, but not all the time, because I'm not comfortable having it out. Like I stay like this most of the time when it's out, because I don't want to, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm more comfortable with this on because I know that whatever movement I do, this will stop if I'm over exaggerate or going over what I'm meant to. Do you get? Yeah, so I'm more comfortable with this on to do anything and everything rather than when I don't have it on. Even when I bath or shower, like it becomes a bit tricky because like not doing azenzisa, but doing things, it's really painful. Like for instance, now I'm able to put earrings because I've been forcing my arm. Obviously I can't move much because these things touch, but if I didn't have, I'd be able to. But things like going all the way here to wash my back, I'm able to do it now because I've got this on. I'm comfortable. But without it, when I'm bathing in the shower, it's when I'm showering, it's tricky because it even becomes painful because it means I'm doing more than I should, if that makes sense. Am I feeling pain? I don't have pain. Like I said, I only have pain if maybe I have it off and I'm doing something, like when I bath and I, go over what the arm knows, then it becomes painful, but not that pain you would, I'm gonna die, or I need medication. It's just like it pulls, and it's like uncomfortable, and it's a discomfort more than it is a pain. But obviously if I go overboard, it will be painful. And carrying heavy things, I can't carry heavy things with this arm. I shouldn't even, but I do things. I can't not do things. I do things, but I try not to carry heavy things. And if I'm carrying something heavy, I will literally feel it by my elbow. Like I'll feel that pull that I've been talking about. Then I will switch arms. What else? The only time there's that pain or discomfort is when I change the levels, because now the arm needs to get used to doing this. So on the Mondays when I change the thing, it pulls, if I should say that, like it stretches, so it becomes a bit painful, but it's nothing I can't handle or manage. So that is my arm story. That is what happened. That is my injury. That is my Robocop story, and there's really nothing to it. So if you have any other questions, anything that you feel like I've missed, or any other thing that you're interested to know about, please comment down below and I'll be sure to respond. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.